On today's episode of SEO Lunch, forget Facebook, forget Twitter. We talk about Reddit and how it can elevate your business. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of SEO Lunch. I'm your host Dan, and SEO Lunch is your weekly look at the latest in inbound marketing tips, search engine optimization tricks, and other elements to improve your website. As always, folks, this is brought to you by our Embrace WP service. Embrace WP is your place to go for month-by-month support of your website. We handle everything from plugin and theme recommendations, other WordPress questions, all the way over to one-on-one consulting and SEO audits for your business. Check it out today at embracewp.com. Contact us at embracewp.com/contact. Today's a very interesting episode of our show. It's the 61st episode, which is pretty crazy. So thanks you guys for watching, for submitting your comments, and making this the best SEO show on YouTube, I'd argue. We've talked a lot about Facebook and Twitter in the past. When SEO Lunch was more about sharing news content, we talked a lot about this. But we haven't really talked about Reddit. So bear with me. Reddit is a really, really great platform that I find is sort of untapped potential. And the reason why I say that is because when you go on Reddit, you're going to a place with people who love to share and people who are very passionate about what they're sharing, what they're talking about. Sometimes it's a little bit too passionate, you'll see, and it's important not to get angry when you're on Reddit. But there's a lot of content share going on here and a lot of opportunity for your business. This episode was actually brought on by an article I read recently from Social Media Examiner, and on the article, post somewhere in here, I'll post the link to that article as well so you can check that out. But Reddit really is untapped potential. Facebook and Twitter are really good social media services, but there's a couple things going on there. One is they are public companies, publicly traded companies, which means they're always trying to get the best out of their dollar for their stockholders and things like that. So what they do is they tend to restrict content. So in Facebook's case, if you're a struggling business, you're always frustrated because, Facebook restricts this and you have 1,000 followers, but only 30 of them are seeing your post you just put out and you're only getting 2 likes. So it's like, what's the point? I'm wasting all this time in my social media effort. Well, Reddit is sort of a good answer to this question. As I said before, it is where people are really, truly passionate about whatever it is they're talking about. There's tons and tons of subreddits, which are basically like sections within a board. So if I'm looking at cars, there might be a subreddit for Fords or something like that. So finding relevant subreddits is sort of tip number 1, I guess, which is also, I believe, tip number 1 from the article I'm going to link, which is really, really good. Basically, you go to these subreddits and you post links to your content. You start discussions. You get people to go to your website. There's also this tool called multi-Reddits, which the Social Media Examiner article also kind of brings to light, but is really truly a great tool to use on Reddit. And the way multi-Reddits work, on the left side, and I'll have a video showing you how to do this, you can create the multi-Reddit. And what it basically does is you pick, let's say, 10 subreddits that are all part of this one category, and you put it together. So you can search within all of those subreddits at once, or you can post whatever. It's just a really great way to manage your content on the multi-Reddit side, which is really, really great. So they do a really good job of chronicalizing all of it, and people are going to be sharing your content. People love to. I've posted articles that I thought, my own personal blogs and things, as well as business blogs that I thought would never get shared ever, and they did. Like 10, 20 times over. Just a simple post in a really random subreddit that I didn't think anybody visited or lurked in. So just Reddit's a really good place to go. And the last thing I do want to talk about today with Reddit is the Reddit ads. So just like Facebook and Twitter and retargeting and different marketing, Google AdWords is a perfect example with your cost per impression. Reddit also has something like that, which is really, really cool. And you can basically find it. There's a Reddit ad page. You can set your starting date, end date, duration of the campaign, the actual impression price, depending on the keyword you're trying to hit for. It looks very, very similar to AdWords. And if you have some questions about it, because it is a money sink, you can certainly contact us. We can talk to you about that a little bit. but just another really great tool to use because advertising is really the only thing on Reddit that looks better than just the simple text. Unlike Facebook where there's content everywhere and it's just really, really busy. Reddit looks busy, but everything is so rigid looking, almost like a Craigslist look if you're not familiar with Reddit. And then you have the ads. So the ads make a big splash on the page, which is really, really great. And a really great opportunity for your small business, along with just posting the content and sharing it. It's just a really great avenue to use. And I recommend actually including it in your social media campaign. So if you're already doing Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, things like that, please, think about adding Reddit to your campaign. I think it would help in the long run. That's it for today, folks. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below in the YouTube comments or on our website where the article will be posted. You can subscribe up here at the top right, hitting that big old red subscribe button on YouTube. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. Again, if you have any questions about this, want help with your impression campaign or your AdWords campaign, you can go to us at embracewp.com/contact and talk to us. Thanks a lot, guys.